simulation world.
Yes, we might be in a simulation, basically like a video game. What do you think?
I mean,
it's like both of us, we just arrived here wearing green.
we're in sync today.
Maybe some way in the Matrix there was a glitch.
Last time black, this time green. I mean, who knows, next time.
Unplanned, right? So
we'll check.
maybe somewhere in our programming we've come to in terms of just for the fun of it, whoever programmers, it's like, okay, today you're gonna wear green.
Crazy coincidence. But I mean,
how would we know that? Like, are we like some kid playing us or somebody? Are we a video game or?
well, the weird thing about this, and I mean, we're really going down the rabbit hole now because this is really being very open-minded, yeah. But the interesting thing about it is what you just mentioned now. A lot of people say that when you get deja vu,
Yes.
that's actually like a glitch.
Yeah, like a glitch in the system.
A glitch in the system,
Yeah.
you know? Like a lot of people say that when you get deja vu, that's actually a glitch in the system.
Oh yeah, like you feel like.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
But
Anyways.
it's gonna be, I mean, it's pretty crazy. But
So I think if we're in a simulation, right? Is it like a video game that when you die, then you're dead? That you don't have like 2 lives or 3 lives?
that's, you know, if that theory is correct, who really knows? You know, I mean, do we just wake up the next morning, or do we get checkpoints in this game? I mean, who really knows?
If you look at Westworld,
Wow.
that's Westworld makes you think about AI and the sorts
simulations and things like that. But I mean, even if you just take normal gaming games, I mean, if you look, we used to have PlayStation 1, there's PlayStation 2, 3, now there's 4, and there's 5 coming out. But if you take a game like Red Dead Redemption, which is quite similar to Westworld in terms of that Western vibe, it's just amazing to see the technology in these open world maps.
Yeah, unbelievable.
The endless things that you can do in these games. I mean, you can literally tie someone up, feed them to a crocodile, shoot the crocodile, skin the crocodile, get on your horse. I mean, it's insane.
And look at that, it's also obviously a game that's been out for a while, The Sims.
Sims, exactly.
That's like, imagine, you know?
You can literally build a house now, design it, see how people would live in it. It's insane.
Like the whole Sims games, it's just, it makes you really want to believe that there's a possibility of us being like, you know,
in this whole
and
thing.
I'm sure eventually people are going to be able to download your being as such, like who you are, like put it in some kind of machine, then just transfer your consciousness and your thinking to something else. You know what I mean?
Well, the crazy thing, and I'm going off topic now, but I heard the other day that they've done first head transplants on rats.
Oh, rats.
So they've actually physically transplanted one rat's head onto another.
Did it live?
And it survived.
Really?
Still fine.
But then when that happens, it's like obviously it's the brain that will count. So
well, this is the whole thing. Is it the brain? Is it the soul? Is it the what is actually going on?
Another topic where
I mean, what is actually going on? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. Jeez, this
mind blown.
It's like a very interesting. I mean, but I think in terms of religion, obviously, people believe in a higher power, and when you die, maybe you go to heaven or you don't, so you come back as another being and the sorts. But I think because there's so much doubt, obviously in the doubters, there's always a suggestion that they come up with. So I think you'll never know, until you know, or if you'll ever know, even maybe when you die, you won't really know. Like maybe, like let's say someone once asked us, like, it's impossible that when you die you just cease to exist and that's it. Then they asked him and said, do you remember before you were born? Obviously not, right? So the same way that you die, you won't remember anything. That's what's gonna happen to you.
It's crazy. Like the reset button.
Yeah.
Going on to a different topic, I want to ask you: have you seen this documentary called I think it's called The Ghost in My Child?
The Ghost in My Child. No. Is it on Netflix?
So no. So I think I can't remember where I saw it, but you can look it up. I think it's called The Ghost in My Child. Mm-hmm. What it basically is, it's a documentary that follows a whole bunch of kids who relive their past lives. Mm-hmm. But this is mind blowing because you end up the one story in particular. This lady's son ends up recalling a word of a town. Mm-hmm. It's like one of his first words that he actually brings up. Then he starts telling her, no, you aren't my mom, you aren't my real mom, I want my real mom type thing. So this mother gets a bit freaked out. She goes to a psychologist, and the psychologist basically says, go with it a bit, just try and understand what this child's talking about. The kid ends up recalling his entire past life, names the town, draws a picture of the house, names his dad, tells everyone how his dad dies. The mother decides she's going to fly him to this town and ends up matching up like 100%. Same house, they found the father's name, the planes landed on a beach, which is quite a weird thing for the kid to say.
Wow.
Just crazy, and there are a lot of cases of this. So if we are in a simulation type world,
could have been that like a Westworld where you can come back maybe once you were like
it's just interesting that kids are picking up on, or like it's just quite strange that these kids are having these sort of experiences. Very weird.
We obviously, your brain is so powerful, you know, like many things that the people they hallucinate and stuff, or they see things, it's there, you know, for them, you know, it might not be there for anybody else, but it's just there for them. So I mean, your brain in itself can create experiences that are not physically there, but our own reality is based on our own perceptions, you know?
So true.
Like we see colors differently, we perceive things differently, you know, we conceive things differently. So I feel that the way you see the world, what you see around is not necessarily the way I see the world, you know?
Your color pink might be my color purple,
Exactly.
but you know that it's pink because you've been taught that it's pink.
Exactly.
Who really knows?
And you know, I think like I've joked with this with you before, where let's say when you're a youngster and you have a wet dream, you know, it's like it's a real man. It's like you. It's like,
okay, moving away from wet dreams and back to even normal dreams, dry dreams.
You know, but sometimes some people they dream like you have a nightmare. You know,
and they're real.
It feels like you're legit gonna be killed.
I've literally woken up running down a passage before. From having like a realistic dream.
Sleepwalking.
Yeah, but we're not going.
It's actually leading up to that kind of type of technology where it's going to be implanted in you. Obviously, it's intrusive, and a lot of people don't want to have something inside them. But I mean, if you look at a lot of transplants and stuff, there's actually what's it called? That heart pacing machine.
Oh yeah, like pacemakers, neurostimulators.
There's many things that have been implanted into the Let's say if your skull is messed up, you can have steel on your head. So there's many things that you know.
I mean, like people are becoming we used to laugh about this in movies when you see guys with like robotic arms and things like that. But it's like really happening. I mean, it's something that's current. It's going on. People are getting hip transplants, knee transplants. They're getting robotic arms, things like that. So we are definitely morphing into this sort of what's the word?
Like bionic
robotic type world that we've laughed about in the movies for all these years.
Yeah, and as human beings, we're becoming more and more like machines, you know. But I think one thing that we also want to talk about, obviously, in terms of, there's a thing that obviously it's called magic and witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like, basically, witchcraft is more of like bewitching somebody and wishing someone bad in a sense. But do you think one is just used for more entertainment purposes and the other more for like evil doings or spells and whatever?
Gosh, well, they always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think magic, witchcraft, whatever it is, I think a lot of it just comes down to people's beliefs. I think if you believe in something enough, you'll honestly believe in the potential of that outcome happening.
But yeah, I know what you mean. But magic as such, it's like they know it's an illusion. They tell you it's an illusion. But in terms of witchcraft, it's like you hear some crazy stories of people like they dying and stuff. Is it just poison or is it just scientifically proven? Because like there's many stories of different places where they say people were flying and on the broom. Those kind of things are like, is it a case where we're like in the early, like this is like early into human existence whereby people already have that technology to be able to fly? Or is it very supernatural way? You know what I'm saying? Like
Harry Potter stuff.
But I think it's technology that is advanced, they know that other people don't, or is it like, you think it's like demons and stuff?
No, look, I personally, flat earth maybe, witchcraft no, magic no, sleight of hand. That's my personal take on it.
Yeah. Before you go on, can I stop you? So there was this other guy, right? Apparently he's a European guy, came through one of those towns where there was like very famous for witchcraft. So he goes there, he's like tells the chief in that region, says, you know what? I don't believe in your witchcraft rubbish. I came here because I've heard this thing and I don't think it's true. I want you to show me this thing. So we are sitting like both of us, obviously the chief there. So the chief stands up, he says, okay.
So you were there?
No, I wasn't there. This
okay.
is obviously, I've heard this. So it's like, it says, come with me, then I'll come and show you. So now he tries to get up and he can't, bro. Come, he's like, come. He's like, he can't get up. So there's like, okay, there you go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I haven't sure that may be or not. They say it happened, so.
Well, that's not, and if you take witchcraft, I mean, I think the sort of topic of it's been going around since the early 1600s.
Oh,
it's been going on forever. But today, as a current topic on the African continent, witchcraft is actually, I saw there was a TV show the other day where they went into the breakdown of this witchcraft, and I think they said in Ghana in particular, also some parts of South Africa.
Bro, it's massive, eh?
It's hectic.
Yeah.
I mean, people are being beaten and killed and executed in mass gatherings as forms of punishment.
Yeah, there were times where, like, let's say albinos were like getting killed because they say they have like special powers and stuff.